All right, Louis Vandervalk with Blue Crocus Solutions out of Canada here. And I just saw this question come across my feed today. Christine asked a question, said, is there a trick that that I'm not aware of to have a Duda site published as a root domain without the www? So what she's saying is typically when Duda does the process, they're going to tell you to put in www dot and then your domain, and then you're going to hook it up to the DNS records and go from there. All fine and good. But what she ran into is that she built a site and then the SEO firm is messaging her with the client in the thread and kind of calling her out, which is pretty embarrassing to have that happen. So she's like, there's got to be a workaround, etc. Right? So she's right. There is a workaround, and the SEO firm is also right. I saw Justin's comments down here. He said, I'm aware of it and haven't had issues. And I think in his comment here, he followed up with, typically Google picks up in, 4 to 6 weeks. Well, I want to show you guys something, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. So here is a site. So it's this site. I've not manipulated it, but this site here, the client came to us right about here when we started working on their site. And I can't go back in Search Console enough to show you because 16 months have passed since, we're in a moving timeline and I've gone past it. But here's a screenshot I took of this same site. And they were like rocking and rolling, getting a ton of clicks here last year in July. Then a company, was actually an SEO agency, which is pretty embarrassing for them. But the company rebuilt the site and then changed the format. So right now the format is www. Well, actually, let me check. Yeah, so right now the format is www, and it was before. And then that SEO agency changed it to a non-www version of the site. And what happened is all of the sites that were, or the pages that were ranking before, were de-indexed. And when you clicked on it, they were 404, or they didn't do the redirect properly, as well as the site had a ton of backlinks. So it's really important when if a client's getting a ton of traffic and has a ton of backlinks, it really can be an issue. Justin is right. We've switched it for clients, and it's not been an issue because they didn't have traffic and they didn't have a ton of backlinks to whatever version it was, the WW or the non-WW version. So anyway, they were rocking here and then, dropped off here, and then we brought them, on here. And then you can see, we're continuing to grow it here. But it really is important. This is another client. I couldn't find a before shot really quickly here for you guys. But way back over here, like a year or so ago, someone had done the same thing and switched it. And then we were able to, switch it back and get them starting to get some more traffic. So how do you do it in Duda? So I've got a site pulled up here. And you just go into the SEO and settings. You're going to go into the site domain, and you're just going to change the site URL. So I ran into this issue with a site in Duda, and I found this out by chatting extensively with support. I think I had to ping them a couple times until I got someone. But you just change the site URL. You're going to then go in here and take the www out and then continue. If that doesn't fix the problem, you can then chat with support. But it's worked for me 2 or 3 times since, where you just edit that and then you're good to go. Obviously, so if you're in here, you would then hit continue. It's going to prompt you through the stuff that you need to do. Then you're going to republish the site. Then you're going to go back to Search Console and re-index it with the correct version of the domain, the www that you're doing, or the non-www, whichever it was before that needs to be done. So Christine, hope that helps. I think your name was Christine. Yeah, I panicked for a second. Yeah, Christine, hope that helps. It is possible. It is important. In many cases, clients have sites that didn't have traffic or backlinks, and Justin's absolutely right there. So it's not affecting. If you're staying up at night, I went back and audited all of the sites that we had done before because there were a couple that we hadn't taken note of that, the www versus non-www. And anyway, it kept me up for a bit. So if you're up at night, you can go back through and look at them, and you can see, is it worth it from an SEO perspective. I'm happy to take a look at that, because if it's been 6 months to a year since you did it and they're still rocking, things are probably fine. If it's been not too long, it may be worth just switching it back. You kind of have to take it on a case-by-case basis and look in Ahrefs to see, do they have a bunch of backlinks to that existing original domain, or are you just going to, kind of be starting fresh anyway with them? So hope that helps, Christine. That is how you change your domain back to the www or the non-www in Duda. And best of luck out there. Talk soon.